Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, My Stories. I've been working with clays for a really long time. I make cute little charms with clays, barely using any tool. And today I'm gonna be making this choco floral cake. Isn't this so cute? And for that, we're gonna be needing brown clay. The amount of the clay is depending on how big or how small you want your cake to be. So as I'm gonna make my cake a square shape, I'm using 2 fingers from each hand and pressing it down till it becomes a square shape. A square has 4 planes, and by this technique you can easily achieve a square shape. In this process, I'm pinching every corner of the shape to make it sharp. And I'm using a tool to make it even more sharper and seamless. So the shape is almost done, and as I'm making it a 2-tier cake, I'm gonna make another smaller square shape and repeat the process. I'm gonna use this glue to attach the shapes. Using glue to stick the shapes makes it more stronger and last longer. I'm gonna use my fingers to fix it a little bit, and the base shape is done. It's time for decoration, and I'm gonna take a little bit of white clay, make super tiny balls, and attach the balls into the lower part of the cake. This process may take quite a bit of time, but trust me, it's very stress relieving. And at this time, if you want to listen any songs and any kind of podcasts, you can put your headphones on and continue with the decoration. Decoration of the lower part is almost done, and I'm fixing it with my hands and make them smoother. Next, I'm gonna mix the black and brown clay to make the glazed icing and ganache on the top. I'm gonna put a little bit amount at the top layer of the cake and make drips with the help of a tool. This process may vary from person to person, and every person can have their own technique to make this look. As I'm gonna be adding more decorations, I'm not making it too perfect. I'm just gonna make it look that it has some sort of toppings at the top. I'm again gonna make these small balls with my hands and put them at the edge of the top square, and as you can see, the drips I didn't make too perfect is slowly getting covered with white balls. Sometimes these tiny decorations won't appear perfect, and that's totally fine because you are doing all this by your own hand, and you can easily fix it by your hand as I'm showing in the video. And again, I'm using these tiny balls for the last time to decorate the cake, and this time I'm using them in the joint of the 2 shapes so that they look like I put icing there as well. Now I'm gonna thinly roll white clay. I'm gonna roll it as thin as a woolen thread. I'm gonna stick the thread all around the edges of the square. I'm sticking them at the edge of the bigger square. This part was pretty hard because the clays were not sticking together, so I will suggest everyone to use tiny bit of glue to stick it perfectly. And now I'm gonna use this tool to fix it. I made very small roses that you barely even can see, and sticking them to the points where I bended the white thread. And this time I used tiny bit of glue to stick them perfectly. I made more roses and sticking them at the top of the cake. I actually didn't thought about any color themes while making the roses. but while making them I felt like the red and the pink ones are better to make roses with. Now I'm gonna use green clay, make teardrop shape so that they look like the leaves of the roses. I added tiny bit of grace to the previous roses and fixing them with the tool. And that's it. The cake is done and I think it looks pretty cool. What do you think about it? Comment down below and like, share, and of course subscribe to my channel for more. Till then, goodbye.